Hello everyone, today is day 36 of my 60 pounds in 90 days weight loss challenge. And today I want to talk to you about how much sugar we have in our system. So if you don't know, what we typically have is 1 teaspoon of sugar floating around in our bloodstream. So it's no surprise at all that when you eat something that's high in sugar, it creates a havoc in our bloodstream and our blood sugar levels. In fact, it really should be obvious that when you eat something that has 5 or 10 times the amount of sugar that we already have in our bloodstream, it's going to make our blood sugar levels go through the roof. It's going to make our insulin response go through the roof, and all of that stuff is going to get socked away as fat. So that's why sugar is so terrible for us. And what I want to do now is I want to go through some of the common products that we have in our house and see how many teaspoons of sugar are in each serving. All right, guys, so I got some what I think are pretty common products here. This is stuff that my wife and kid are eating. I'm not eating it, obviously, right now because it's got too much sugar. I've got my black coffee. Today, I've eaten one meal. I ate it at about 2 p.m. I had eggs and bacon. Did have a little ketchup on there, which I think because I'm not feeling all that well, smelled like vinegar anyway. So that wasn't that appetizing. But eggs and bacon are the perfect keto meal. All right, so this is all pretty common stuff. I didn't even get into the soda pop or the candy because we all know that's straight sugar, right? We all know that's terrible for us. But let's just look at some typical things. Like barbecue sauce. We like to put barbecue sauce on everything, right? I do. I like it mixed with mustard. That's really good. Serving size, 2 tablespoons. Total carbohydrates, 18 grams. Okay, there's about 4 grams of carbohydrates in a teaspoon, which is basically 4 grams of sugar. So if you've got 2 tablespoons of barbecue sauce, now that's not very much. I'd say that's probably, if I had to estimate it, it's probably like one of those packs that you get if you get chicken nuggets and you're going to dip in it. That's probably like 2 tablespoons. That's a serving size. And 18 grams of carbohydrates. So we're going to call that 4 teaspoons of sugar. So we were talking about how there's 1 teaspoon of sugar in your blood at any given time. Your whole body has 1 teaspoonful of sugar in it. You eat 2 tablespoons of barbecue sauce, which I would venture to guess if you're like dipping chicken strips in it or something like that, you're actually eating 4 or 5 tablespoons. But 1 serving of 2 tablespoons, 4 to 5 teaspoons of sugar. That's 4 to 5 times as much as already in your blood. Okay, here we go. Hershey's syrup. Not only do you eat ice cream that's full of sugar, got to dump some Hershey's syrup on it. What do we got here? Oh, and that's a worse combination too, because then you got sugar and fat. Ooh, really pack on the pounds. 1 tablespoon, which is basically 3 teaspoons, right? I think that's the math. 3 teaspoons in a tablespoon. 1 tablespoon of chocolate syrup, 12 grams of carbohydrates. That basically means it's a tablespoon of carbohydrates. It's a tablespoon of sugar. That's 3 teaspoons of sugar in 1 tablespoon of chocolate syrup. All right, here we go. Here's our sweet coffee creamer, all natural with real milk and cream. Okay, so they put a little nice label on there, make it seem like it's good for you, make it seem like it's straight out of the cow. 1 tablespoon serving size, which I think most people put more than 1 in there. 5 grams of carbohydrates. So that's a whole teaspoon of sugar in 1 tablespoon of this creamer that you're putting in your coffee. So you might be putting 2, I mean, sometimes my wife puts sugar on top of sugar, I think. Yeah, here, let's add some sugar to the sugar. Okay, we got bagels. Bagels from Costco. Bagels typically have about 48 grams of carbohydrates. That's 12 tablespoons, or 12 teaspoons of sugar in a bagel. That's not good enough though, right? 12 teaspoons, 12 times the amount of sugar in your blood at any given time. That's not good enough though. We're gonna go ahead and top it with some jelly, because we love jelly. A tablespoon of jelly has 10 grams of carbohydrates. Ooh, that's 2.5 teaspoons. So we got 12 teaspoons, 2 teaspoons, 14 teaspoons And that's only in a tablespoon. Yeah, she's probably going to use more of that. Probably going to use 16 teaspoons of sugar on a bagel and jelly. That's if you only eat one. Here's the juice. Got to give the kids some juice, right? Juice is good for kids. Let's see. No added sugar. Yep, that's 100% fruit, right? Here we go. Serving size, 1 box. This box isn't very big. Let's see, what is it? 6.75 ounces. Not even a full cup of juice. 24 grams of carbohydrates. That's 6 teaspoons of sugar. Hey, it's better than soda, right? 6 teaspoons of sugar. Can you even fit 6 teaspoons in there? Holy moly, it's almost all sugar. Okay. How about tortillas? Flour tortillas. 22 grams of carbohydrates in 1 tortilla. This is like a soft taco size shell. This isn't even a burrito size shell. You'd probably eat like 3 of these with soft tacos. 22 grams of carbohydrates, we're going to call that almost 6 teaspoons of sugar. If you had 3 of them, that's 18 teaspoons of sugar plus whatever you put in it. Yeah, gee, do you wonder why your blood sugar's high? Pop-Tarts. Pop-Tarts, that's a good breakfast to go, right? You just shove it in the toaster and then you grab it and go. It's going to give you energy for, what, 12 seconds? Total carbohydrates. Holy moly. This is not even in a package. It's really funny that they say 1 pastry is a serving, but then they package them in bags of 2, right? Oh yeah, tricky, tricky. 35 grams of carbohydrates in 1 pastry. That's 9 teaspoons. So if you eat the package of 2, 18 teaspoons of sugar. Whew. 18 teaspoons, that's 18 times the blood sugar level that you typically are supposed to have. Oh, here's some graham crackers. Graham crackers are always a good snack for you, right? Like they give those to little kids in kindergarten. Serving size, 8 crackers. So that's 2 full cracker sheets. So you got your, here we go, graham crackers. It's that size. So you get 2 of those. 2 of those. 24 grams of carbohydrates, 6 teaspoons of sugar. I'm getting kind of confused. It seems to me like 6 teaspoons of sugar is bigger than the crackers. I don't even get it. It's like it's condensed. Okay. Oh, here we go. Cereal. What a way to start the day. Star Wars cereal, limited edition. Yep, super cool. Serving size, 3/4 of a cup. And it's fluffy too. That's only 28 grams. That's an ounce. 1 ounce of cereal. Who eats an ounce of cereal? An ounce of cereal, 24 grams of carbohydrates in an ounce of cereal. Okay, so it's 28 grams. That's what an ounce is here. 28, I think that's an actual ounce. It says 28 grams is the serving size. In 28 grams of cereal, there's 24 grams of carbohydrates. That's like almost 100% carbohydrate. That's 7 teaspoons of sugar that you're getting in 1 ounce of cereal? Insane. This is why we're being poisoned by sugar, because it's just in everything and it's everywhere and you can't avoid it unless you're specifically trying to. If you just eat what you think is low in carbohydrates, you're going to get too many. You have to be checking. You have to be checking everything. And until you know the exact foods that you can eat that don't have carbohydrates, you're going to overeat carbohydrates, because these food manufacturers are the best at hiding it in your food. It's just everywhere, and it's like all the food is just full of it. So make sure that you're reading your labels. Make sure that you're getting the stuff that has nothing, not only in the nutrition facts, but also in the ingredients. Because if you look in the nutrition facts and it says 0 carbohydrates, but then you look in the ingredients and it says high fructose corn syrup or modified cornstarch or whatever, those are carbohydrates, and maybe they just aren't counting them in the serving size. But if you eat too many servings, it adds up. This poison of sugar is just everywhere. It's in everything. It's what they put in food to avoid putting fat in food, because the fat's more expensive, it's harder to store and everything. So the food industry has moved from using fat for flavor to sugar for flavor, and that's why all this stuff is so full of sugar. So get the fat back in your diet and get the sugar out. Here's my weigh-in, and I hope to see you tomorrow.
267.6.